getting right into it today, what are your thoughts on daylight savings versus what's it called? Non-daylight savings? What's it called?
Standard.
Standard will do. Yeah.
Standard.
Do you have a preference?
I like the extra hour of sleep.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
Do you do that thing where you're like, oh, I can use this as my way of getting up earlier, and like I can use this to my advantage?
So yeah, you've got that high expectation on me that you think that I'm that kind of person that's going to get up and seize the day every single day.
Seize the day.
It's easier. It is easier in the winter. I think to wake up, not necessarily get out of bed with it being lighter in the morning, but it's just that when it gets dark so early, like on your way home from work, it's still dark. It's like, oh, that sucks.
They should just make it daylight savings all the way year round.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If you are daylight savings and you are listening to...
Welcome, Jacko, one and all, to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward, episode number 80, mate.
That's another mini landmark, isn't it? Another 10 done.
Into the 80s.
Yeah.
Nervous 80s?
The nervous 80s? Yeah. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I
don't think it is. The edgy 80s?
The edgy 80s.
I don't know. Don't like cricket enough to try and think about that at the moment, to be honest. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing okay. I'm just, as soon as I've said that, I've started to sound a bit. Now I'm like, you know, when you're surrounded by, like, the more you're sort of in contact with what you think could get you sick, the more it has a placebo sort of effect on you.
Apologies in advance.
No, that's all right. That's all right. We've got household Codral stocked up. So
yeah, we do. I feel like we'd be bloody part owners and bloody Codral. I don't know, the way we've gone through it over the summer. And now we're going into the winter.
And now we're actually going to need it. Yeah.
I mean, if the end of daylight savings wasn't obvious, surely the $15 Kmart Uggs.
Oh, hello.
That's enough of a sign.
I feel like you've been talking about these for a while.
I wanted to get it. Well, I actually bought a pair a few years ago, and I swear they were $6.
$6?
I bought a pair of $6 Kmart Uggs a few years ago, and I remember the price because I was actually out shopping for Mother's Day one year, and I bought my mum like an actual pair of Uggs. Like, I spent a good amount of money on a proper pair of Uggs for her.
Okay.
And I found it really funny that I spent $6 on a pair for me. So now they're $15.
Inflation, mate.
It's just
can't deal with it.
Nothing's safe, is it? Nothing's safe.
Some of the stuff at Kmart's ridiculous. Were we there? I feel like a couple of weeks ago we were there, and
we were.
Something was ridiculously cheap, and you found out that was it was actually.
I tried on a hoodie.
A hoodie.
It was like $16. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good price for a hoodie. Scanned it. It was like $14. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good price for a hoodie.
I don't understand how it works.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how life works.
Yeah.
We're going to try and get a sponsor from Kmart.
Oh, right.
We're going to try Kmart to sponsor us. Along with daylight savings, apparently, as well.
The brand that is daylight savings, yes. Yeah.
Speaking of brands and sponsors, and that's not a bad segue, I think.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I went to the F1 on Friday.
You did? You got a was it a free ticket? Or?
I got I managed to get my way into the one of the corporate suites. Corporate suites through work.
Yeah.
So I went on the Friday. Obviously not one of the big days, but still a big enough day to. Mate, the people there were crazy. The amount of people there.
Even on the Friday?
On the Friday was, yeah.
Because that would have been maybe like warm-up laps and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they do practice on Friday.
Yeah.
And then it's qualifying on Saturday and then the race on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it used to be. I don't know. I haven't actually followed it a whole lot for the last number of years, which I feel like is the opposite for a lot of people. With Drive to Survive. Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I probably should. I feel like as a person that in general likes sports, like I feel like I should give it some time or consideration.
Yeah.
A few of our mates are really into F1.
Oh, big time.
So yeah, I feel like it's probably worth a shot. I've just never gotten around to it.
No, I've seen a couple episodes. I want to give it a proper go because I've heard nothing but good things about it. Nothing but good things. A bit of I guess big news that happened this week was we got an extra person into the household, didn't we?
Yes.
We welcomed our first child. Oh no, sorry.
No.
It's moving kind of sus. No, the lovely Tash has moved in.
Yeah.
She's moved into Footy HQ.
Yes. It was a hectic weekend for you, I think. I mean, I was there right just for the start.
You were very helpful with moving initially.
Thanks, mate.
You were definitely saved us a few trips, mate. So thanks again.
That's all right. But it was definitely a tiring weekend, to say the least, right?
Yeah. Funny moments though. It was a good weekend. Funny moments. We borrowed my old man's Ranger. He got a new Ranger at the end of last year. Been wanting to drive it for a long time. For those who know, I've wanted one for quite a while.
Yeah.
And anyone from Ford listening who wants to hook me up with
as well. Yeah, sure.
a next gen Ranger, that'd be all right. They are massive, man. You sat in, didn't you? We got you to sit in the driver's seat.
It feels like a truck.
It feels like it's so tall, and the bonnet with it being so square, it just feels massive.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like a ute. It just feels like a big car, which I think is again, anyone listening who can help a brother out with a Ford Ranger.
It was more tall than long. I thought, it's obviously longer than it is tall, but for a ute, in my mind, I just assumed it to be relatively like a low, not low, but normal sort of car height and just long. And this was like really tall.
Just big.
Yeah. Just big boy everything.
Big boy. Tell you what's big, what's deceivingly big is a queen size mattress. Oh, we had some struggles getting that on the tray.
on the ute. Yeah.
He's gone for the option. My dad's gone for the optional extra with the it's like a automatic cover on the lid, so it takes over a bit of it goes over the side of it, so you lose a bit of real estate. So
is it because it doesn't go the whole way back?
Yeah.
So because of the cover.
Yeah, it was a bit of fun. It certainly wasn't fun at the time, but you kind of clutched up helping that out.
It was a bit. There was a few blokes sitting in the cafe next to us when we were loading up the ute with the mattress, and
it was struggling because I was getting quite. We were all getting bloody quite frustrated by it.
Yeah.
And it was hard to be like, well, if they see you getting frustrated, them laughing at you, they're only going to laugh more. So you kind of got to laugh it off when the last thing you want to do is laugh it off.
Yeah. I saw you turn around to him and you were like, it's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking die.
You're laughing. You turn around and you're like, fuck.
I can verify that is 100% accurate. My not swearing for this year is going.
It's going well.
Very well. Very well.
It's good to hear. Should we get into run it back?
Let's do it.
So, running it back through another week of footy, round 3 is in the books.
It is. We have to talk about footy.
We do. We've moved on from cricket. So now we're talking about footy. Do you want to go back to cricket?
Or I don't want to talk about either.
You don't want to talk about either?
Let's talk about getting me a Ford Ranger.
That's it. That's now this podcast. Just
fine leg to Ford Ranger.
There's still the fine leg in there, though.
Oh, true. Ford Ranger to Ford Ranger. Modern Commodore to Ford Ranger.
Well, that's the true,
Yes, round 3 is in the books. I'm going to start off with something quite niche. Only 3 teams managed to score over 100 points this round.
Low scoring round.
Yeah, good to know that all those rule changes that they brought in have made the game more free flowing and entertaining.
What were the rule changes that came in again?
I don't know, just over the last few years, mate.
Oh, right.
Let's not get into it. Come on, let's not get caught up in who did what to who.
Yeah.
Those 3 teams being the Crows, the D's, and the Dockers.
Yes. Yes. Another. I don't know if don't know if it's niche, not really niche, but something exciting to note. It's time to party. Like it's 2010 because the Saints and the Pies are at the top of the ladder, mate.
Yep.
Both 3-0. Both absolutely flying at the moment.
They are. Yeah. Ross the Boss is back. We love the Saints.
We do.
Do we love the Saints more with Ross the Boss? Or just as much? Is our love for the Saints never to be questioned?
I mean...
something that we haven't actually clocked before.
Okay.
Is obviously, for the real ones who know why we love the Saints, is because one of our most loyal listeners, Mr. Klein and Wilcox, passionately messaged... not complaining. No, it was complaining. Of course, it was complaining.
Yeah.
About our traditional run it back episodes, where we'd go through previous occurrences that were similar to what had happened in the week just gone.
Yeah.
And we didn't realise, but we found ourselves talking a lot about heartbreaking St Kilda games.
Yes.
And he said, he's a passionate, lifelong St Kilda fan. He said something along the lines of, if you talk about another St Kilda heartbreak, you've lost a listener. And so, for those who didn't know, that's where we love the Saints and how good's Jack Steele. That's where that's come from. And during that time, Ross the Boss was there, wasn't he? During all the St Kilda heartbreak that we were always coming back to.
That's right, he was.
And now he's back, and we haven't actually fully acknowledged that. Is
that how long it's been since he's been there?
Yeah.
Did he leave in like 2010, 2013?
I think he was at Freo in 2013 and got into the grand final.
So it's very much that era.
I think he left like 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's back.
It's back. Ross the Boss. We love the Saints. How good's Jack Steele? How good's
Jack Steele? 150 years, by the way.
Yes.
Had the celebrations and stuff.
Yeah, look at you go. Switched on in the fucking AFL scene. Look at you go. 150 years. They wore the collar. You see that?
I did notice that because I tuned in halfway through and I was confused. And I was like, I don't think the Saints normally wear collars.
No, but they had like the logo was bigger as well. Like how the old jumper was. So it was a
retro. It
was a nice kind of tribute. 150 years, and we love the Saints. I think that was said.
Something else that happened. Sam Mitchell beat his old boss Clarko. Down north, down south.
Down north, down south. Yeah, in Tassie, wasn't it?
It was into the home ground in inverted commas for both teams.
The two Tasmanian teams, hey.
Until the actual Tasmanian team comes along.
Yeah. I tipped North.
Did you?
Yeah, I think 4 tips. My tips are shocking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So. I think Mitchell would have loved that, wouldn't he?
Oh, it would have been great.
Mitchell, yeah.
Brilliant.
It was a close game, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, the Hawks sort of had control of it. North sort of fought back, particularly in the third and the fourth, but no, they kicked away right at the end. So
yeah, fair enough.
It was a pretty good game. Again, I'm pretty happy with. We'll get into this later, but
awesome.
I'm content.
Content? I love that. Yeah, so the Dockers, Crows, Suns, Dogs, and Hawks, they all got their first wins of the season.
They did. So I think you had a leg about breaking streaks and stuff like that. So a few of those streaks were broken. Did you see? You mentioned the Fred. Did you see Freddie's backflip? Mm-hmm. Thoughts?
I mean, fucking talented to do that, isn't it? Yeah.
It's pretty sick. I thought it was pretty cool. Only thing is, you wouldn't want to get injured doing that, would you?
No, that's a tough one explaining it to the coach, isn't it?
Do you remember, was it Nani? Like the Portuguese player? I think it was during a World Cup or something years ago. Did a backflip, got badly injured, and it's just well, you look kind of stupid.
Yeah. You use a bloody niche soccer reference. Who is this man? Switched on to the footy, remembering soccer. Outstanding work. You're in fine form.
Thanks, mate. But I think we're leading on to something else here that you don't want to get to.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you just mentioned that a few teams have notched up their first win of the season, but there's There's one team that's still yet to do that, mate.
Is there?
I believe there is.
Please enlighten me.
The Geelong Cats are 0-3.
Yep.
Still early days.
Yeah.
Very much early days, right?
I'm looking forward to saying that right up until the end of the season. Still early days.
Still early days. But the Cats are currently at the bottom of the AFL ladder.
Holding up the rest of the competition.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to bring up the rear.
That's it. And I believe they're the first reigning premier to lose the first 3 games of the AFL season after winning the flag since 1976.
See, okay, I'm glad you've mentioned that because this club is all about creating history.
Yep.
And they're chasing it again.
Yeah.
They're chasing it again. Any record that is in their sights, that they're striving for it.
Yep.
Destined for greatness.
Yep. No.
Yep.
It's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear that you're quite positive about it.
Yeah. It's almost believable, isn't it?
It is.
Almost. Yeah.
Now, I wasn't with you when you played the Suns. I wasn't anywhere near you. I was. I think I was there the week before. What it might have been the
we
week.
played Carlton.
When you played Carlton.
Yeah.
And you were quite loud, might I say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In your thoughts on the game, I think.
Yeah. On the way Geelong were playing, not on like umpiring or Carlton.
No.
Yeah.
No. Very, very, very frustrated, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you're 0-3, I just
don't have to. You can keep the grin on your face. It's fine, honestly. You smug little prick.
I just thought it would be a good opportunity to sit you down.
Yep.
And give you some advice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right?
On what?
Well, I feel like you know where I'm going with this. North Melbourne have been holding up the AFL ladder for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
We are very much at the bottom of the barrel, I guess you could say.
Well, not this year.
Well, but we have been, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? So I wanted to give you some advice. I'm not going to go in too much depth, but just give you some quick tips on how to follow a shit footy team.
Right. Brilliant.
Yeah?
Brilliant. Yeah, no, I'm keen for this.
All right.
This might be karma for not getting my phone fixed when the Geelong theme song kept going off after
potentially.
The flag. Yeah. Yep. For any Geelong fan out there listening, feel free to blame the start of the season on me for that.
On you for doing that. That's all right.
But I'm keen. I'm keen to hear this advice on following a shit footy team. Something you know.
Yep.
All too well.
Something I know all too well. All right. Tip 1. Breathe. Just breathe, mate.
Just breathe.
Just breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Just remember, mate. When you're fully immersed in the game, sometimes and you're shouting and you've just lost it all, you might just die if you forget to breathe.
I mean, yeah, you are right. I have heard, and correct me if I'm wrong in this, I'm not too familiar with the subject, but I have heard that you do need to breathe to live.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
And if you're so invested, you're going to forget to breathe. You just got to remember to breathe in, breathe out. Gentle breath, mate. Yeah, that's it. I wonder if you can hear that in the mics. Okay, yep. That's, yep. Technically, that is breathing. You are still breathing.
I'm getting right up again.
Yeah. All right, tip 2.
Okay, cool. So, breathe. Remember to breathe. So, okay, cool.
You just got to remember to breathe.
Just remember to breathe, okay.
Tip 2. Go for a nice long walk.
Okay. Off a pier?
Well, you could technically, I guess it wouldn't be very long if you went off a pier. So if you're watching the game at home and you're a bit frustrated, things aren't going well, just keep it on or turn it off and go for a nice long walk around the block.
Okay.
Settle yourself, you come back, and or if you're at the game. If you're at the game, say you're at the MCG and the game's going horribly wrong, you can just pack your things and go for a nice long walk home.
Pack my things, so like put my 32-inch TV back in my backpack.
Back in your bag.
And go for a stroll.
Go for a nice stroll. And you don't even have to go back to the game if you want. You can just stroll home if you want. Technically, that is a nice long walk. You could be walking back home.
You're right, yeah.
You could beat the traffic. So
yeah. Well, I mean, if I was to leave here and make it all the way to a pier, that's a long walk.
True.
Yeah.
So after you get to the pier, it's not a very long walk. But getting to the pier from without revealing our location, but yeah,
from HQ.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you got that.
So breathe, go for a long walk.
Yep.
I can do both of those at the same time.
You can if you want to. I mean, that's a bit advanced, but I mean,
should I be writing this down?
I'll send them through you later.
Okay.
In the
Awesome.
notes,
Yeah, sweet.
the notes,
Yeah, cool.
Tip 3: watch highlights of the glory days.
Highlights of the glory days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
You can do. I saw you doing it. The last week or the week before. You're watching the highlights of the 2009 AFL Grand Final.
That was a little longer than that. It was after we lost the grand final. Lost the cricket grand final.
Was it?
When the Pels lost. Yeah.
Was it the day after?
It was the day after or a couple of days after, I think it was.
It wasn't highlights. It was the entire replay, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the entire... Right. Yeah, the KO's got them all on there.
Yeah,
in full, so I just put it on.
But that's the thing, mate.
Yeah.
Like... You got to appreciate what you've actually achieved.
You're right.
Like, it's not just like, all right, it's in the books and we're on to do it again. It's like, well, yeah, you can be like that, but if you've never tasted success, you're thinking about it. But if you've had it, then you can go back and look at it whenever you want.
Mm-hmm. Do you do that quite often? Sorry, I probably should have asked this before you jumped into it. Is this so? All these tips that you're giving, is this something that you practice yourself as well?
Absolutely,
all
mate.
Tips, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As a North Melbourne fan, I think these are quite crucial.
Yeah.
In getting by.
To be fair, I mean, you do come across as a very zen person.
Oh,
I mean, I've said to you before that if you're any more laid back, you'd be dead.
That'd be Naveen,
my
brother.
Yeah.
He's more laid back than me.
Which, yeah, for those listening, think about that. Think about that.
All right, next tip. All right. Tip 4. I feel like lots of this comes back to empathy.
Okay.
Right? If you're frustrated at something, you just got to add a little bit of empathy and it'll give you a bit of perspective. So tip 4 is think about how good you would be if you were playing in the AFL.
Okay, how do you mean that? Is that like these guys are doing better than you'd be able to do, so don't sit there thinking that you know it all?
Yes.
Savage.
Yeah.
No, but you're right.
Just
you're
imagine
right.
imagine yourself out there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It's like I feel like it's the same with singing, with a whole bunch of things, even like stand up. Like if you can see someone do it, quite often you're like, oh yeah, I could. Or acting. Acting's one we have talked about, where it's like you see people in ads or like low level acting, and you kind of like, I feel like I could definitely do better than that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it's one of those things, and then you do it yourself, and you're like, oh, okay, so maybe I can't do it as well as I thought.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be a pretty good actor, I reckon.
You reckon?
I reckon. Well, that first thing that springs to mind is that fucking in the kitchen video that you did.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
It was, a good example of your dry humour delivered excellently.
Thanks,
so,
man.
yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. Because from a footy perspective, the only game experience that I've had was school footy.
Correct.
As centre half forward, being the second tallest player on the team.
Yes.
So only our ruckman.
Yes.
And because we were so terrible, I'm sure we told the story before.
Yeah.
It never really came up that way.
No, I don't think did you touch the ball once?
I think did we play 2 games or 3 games?
2,
ever?
I think, yeah.
2? I think I probably got 2 touches.
Yep.
Total.
Over across the both games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total. Yeah, that's what I mean by total.
Yeah.
You with me? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So you're right. If I put myself in that situation, anyone on the screen that I'm watching is going to do a hell of a lot better than me. That is actually quite calming. Yeah, that's good.
That's it, mate. That's it. All right, step 5. Well, not step 5, tip 5. Start a meme page.
Start a meme page.
Yeah.
Like the pod account, or you want to go and to the next level?
Like we've both talked about the North Melbourne Closer to a Flag page.
yeah.
Brilliant page. I think it was introduced to me by a good friend of the show, Luke Yartner.
Elmo himself.
Good old Elmo. And it's just brilliant. And I feel like it's one of those things where, yeah, you might be having a rough time, or the club might be doing pretty poorly on the field, but you can have a laugh about everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it really takes away from, it's not so much just, okay, we've had this many wins all season or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not just that. It's like, okay, what's something that can lighten the mood a bit?
Yeah, no, they're pretty good. I've seen a lot. I haven't seen much of their page, but I've seen it. I've seen them pop up in a lot of comments. Yeah, it's good stuff, and it's ragging on other teams as well when they can.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay, North Melbourne is saying that's pretty good.
It's yeah. You kind of have the license to sort of just do whatever because there's that element of freedom.
Yeah, it's like you can't come back to me with anything because I've said it all.
I've already said everything about myself. So
yeah, I like that. All right, if I was to start a meme page, about say Geelong being shit.
Yeah.
Again, no one's overreacting here.
No,
still early days in the season.
Still early days.
What would the meme page be called?
It's a great question. That'd be a great switch on question, actually.
You reckon?
Yeah.
That's true.
Something
like too old, too slow.
Yeah.
And just leave it at that, because it was too old, too slow, too good when they won. But now it's just too old, too slow. ... Yeah, too old, too slow.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, ball's already rolling.
And last tip.
That was another one.
Yeah,
tip 6. The last one. Okay.
Yeah. Begin following other questionable sports teams around the world.
Okay, so just abandon. You're saying abandon my following for the Cats?
No, definitely not.
Just prioritize.
Just once you follow a team that's had little success, that's currently going through a bit, just go to other sporting leagues around the world and pick teams that are sort of in similar positions. And then it's almost like practicing the art of Zen to the extreme level, because if you follow shit teams everywhere and you just repeat steps 1 to 5 for all of them, you're pretty much the master of following a shit team.
You're right, because you've got North.
Yep.
You've got the Timberwolves in the NBA.
Yeah. Hey, we're about to make playoffs, actually.
Really?
Look, maybe not, but
yeah. I would actually check. And then Wolves in the Premier League. Yeah, I'm starting to sense a theme here. You're right. So define questionable sport though. Like,
oh no, I just meant questionable teams in terms of why would you go for them?
Got you. I thought you meant like find niche sports. I'm like, I don't know if there's any bloody teams in corgi racing that we can get around.
Well, maybe. We'll have to. It's been a while since we watched some corgi racing.
That's true. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. So I'd like to get forward by firstly thanking you for taking me through those tips, mate. I feel like I don't know, we've known each other a long time, and it's just it's good to know that you've still got my back.
Always, mate.
Always. So as a thank you for all of that sound advice.
Yep.
I thought it's only fair to offer some advice back as North climbed the ladder this year.
Yeah.
If that's all right with you, if you're willing to listen.
I'd love to hear some advice. It'd be good.
So what you've done is provide advice on your own experience.
Yes.
So with that in mind, I haven't got much advice for you.
Okay. That's all right.
Just got a couple. Overthink.
Okay.
Everything.
Yep. So
go in there going, we should win this.
Yeah.
Even if you're up by 10 goals, you go, they're going to come back from this. We've blown leads as big as this before.
Yep. Okay.
Just generally, they kind of overlap these tips, but just generally stress out watching a game that you supposedly enjoy.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. So I shouldn't enjoy it.
No. You'll be stressed.
Okay.
You'll be stressed watching it.
I'll be stressed, but also enjoy it.
You'll convince yourself that you'll enjoy it.
It's the convincing part. I see.
How do you reckon you'll go with that, being the Zen master that you are?
I'll try my best.
Try your best.
See how I go. I mean, I'll need to start watching more games first in order to do that, I think.
Does that not happen naturally as you climb up the ladder? I mean, you've already you watched a couple of games this season in the North?
Yeah.
How many do you reckon you watched last year?
Not many.
See, fair weather fan.
There you go. See now it'd be very interesting
to see if you do watch more.
Yeah, well, not just that, to see if by the end of this season we have completely swapped personalities. And I am stressing so much for every North game, and you're just like, yeah, so what? Like, I mean, we won a flag last year and whatever.
Yep. Something tells me that might not happen, but it certainly gives it gives the listeners a reason to keep tuning in, doesn't it? Just to see how that unfolds. So,
will it happen or not? Switch on.
Switch on this week is not full of questions.
No.
It is an activity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've been sat here listening to Aswin give me some advice about lowering expectations. Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's the crux of it.
Yeah. Just dealing with things that might not be as good as initially expected.
Yeah. I was like, that's an interesting word in that
initially
sentence.
Expected.
I mean, like I was going to let it slide anyway.
I'm still not 100%, mate. Give me a pass, would you? Oh, well, you were trying to. That's my bad.
Stop. Let me finish.
I've actually lost my train of thought now. Lowering expectations. Oh, yeah. Give us a break, all right? You give me a break and you give us a break.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do is we're going to workshop a couple of things that are ideas that we've had that we really want to execute well.
Yes.
That real life might get in the way from stopping them being so.
True.
Yeah, is that fair to say?
Yeah. I think like reality sometimes it falls short of your expectations. The initial idea that you might have came up with.
Much like this episode itself, to be honest. So the first one that we're going to run through is, we have teased this a little bit. It's the special that we are wanting to do for our 100th episode, which episode 80. Yeah. It's not all that far away. Now, we don't want to give too much away just in case.
Yep.
We're keeping the expectations up. Just in case it actually becomes reality. We don't want to give too much away as yet.
Yeah. Did you call up Festival Hall, or was that
call Festival Hall?
Yeah.
No, it was the Palais Theatre.
Palais.
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
That's an off-air conversation. We'll let you know how that went.
But lowering expectations.
Yes. From the Palais Theatre.
Yeah.
What we could do for 100th special is something that you're familiar with yourself. We could just do like a YouTube live stream.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of lowering expectations. It's kind of the same kind of interaction.
Yeah.
the Palais Theatre would.
I mean, technically, it's live.
It's live.
If it's at the Palais Theatre, or if it's on YouTube live stream, it's live. People are watching you do something. Yeah. So there's similarities there. There's those two things.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. The only issue, I think, the only difference would be there's a 10, 15 second delay. I remember from the live stream that you did.
That's right.
It was a little, maybe it was even longer than that.
It was about 30 seconds.
Was it really?
Yeah. I remember with the comments that came through with the Ravenous show was like, people would be like, things like, because I would do a song and then I'd respond to things. So it was like enough time, like it'd be 3-minute song. So comments throughout the song I'd be able to respond to.
Yeah.
But things like, people laughing at things like haha or like that's funny, and then it would come up later and I'd be like, what's funny? I don't what.
I think we'd run into that issue as well. What's funny?
Tell you what we could do though.
It's a good start. What?
Speaking, I mean, like I haven't been busking in a while, ravenous stuff, but I do have the gear for it. So, I mean, lowering expectations, we could just set up on Swanston and I'll plug another mic into my old little portable amp and just start talking.
So what you're saying is sit down in the middle of the city, in the middle of the city, and just sit there hoping people will want to listen to us.
Yeah, not talk about footy or cricket, talk about ourselves.
Yeah, like 100. Would we record it? Would we still record it? Or would it just be for those who are there?
I think it's more of an in the moment kind of thing, you know. It's one of those things, you know.
You just have to be there.
You just have to be there. And I feel like if you put in ideas of like, we're going to record it, you're already increasing the expectations.
Yeah, it just overcomplicates it.
Just lower the expectations right down to that base level.
You're right. I mean, you've already got your permit, haven't you? You've already got the busking permit.
Yeah. So,
would I need one?
Potentially.
See the expectations.
See now it's gone up. Maybe it is the YouTube live stream then. Yeah.
Leave that with us. Actually, no, don't, because then there's still expectation. What else is there, mate? What else could we have we promised and not delivered on? So we want to kind of lower expectations.
Something that does come to mind. I feel like we maybe we haven't. Maybe I've just imagined this or dreamt about it. Maybe might have mentioned merch before.
Yeah, once or twice.
Rings a bell?
Once or twice. Yeah, rings a bell. Yeah. I don't know what you mean. Honestly, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's empty.
But, I'm sure there's ways that we can lower expectations. I think we've already lowered expectations by not doing much.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
It is. It's liberating, isn't it?
I see what you mean. All these tips are paying off.
Yeah. But I feel like there'd be ways that we can lower expectations on merch.
Yeah. We just simplify the range of merch that we'd offer.
Yeah.
Just something like fine length to full forward branded post-it notes, or just paper in general.
Paper.
Just something that we can access ourselves with just any printer.
Oh, we just print it ourselves.
I mean, that's low expectations, right. Doesn't it?
It does.
It doesn't overcomplicate it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Or just stickers.
Stickers?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So we get some stickers made, right? Instead of, doing T-shirts and caps and hoodies and things like that, we send out stickers, and then people stick the stickers onto their own blank caps and T-shirts and hoodies and then I'm just being real.
So it's fine like to full forward branded apparel, but BYO apparel.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, not too sure how it goes in the wash, but
no, we just get. Is there like reusable stickers? Like you can put it back on.
Yeah, true. You can just take it off and put it back on, or even if it's just a once-off thing. I still think it's worth it if you come see us when we're busking on Swanston Street. You just bring your sticker and stick it on for the day. Money! Alrighty, time for my mate's multi. I'll speed through these. My legs from last week. I said, leg one, at least 6 teams will kick more behinds than goals this week. And there were 8 teams that did that, so...
Hey, well done.
1 from 1. Leg 2, I will dream about North Melbourne at least once this week. It did happen.
What was the dream?
It was... Look, I don't know if this counts, because it's not real in terms of... it's a dream, but
yeah, I mean, that was in the leg itself, wasn't it?
But our coach was African American, of the North Melbourne Football Club, and he'd been in some, like, there was some racial abuse or there was something going on off field, and it was like a press conference. But he had the North, like, Guernsey and everything on, not Guernsey, like the polo top on, and in a presser. And I was like, yeah, that counts as being North Melbourne related, even though we don't have an African American coach. But
I've decided I'm not going to comment.
You're not going to say anything.
Nah. That's 2 from 2, right?
It is 2 from 2. Yeah.
What do you want to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
All right, leg 3. I will consume breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. No, it didn't happen.
You didn't?
Nah, I did on Sunday. But Saturday, I don't know.
You didn't have lunch, did you?
No, I didn't. No.
Damn. I thought you would have gone on the way to. No, all right.
Nah. That's all right. It's okay.
Right.
I survived.
You did.
I'm here now.
I feel like that one was the most in your control as well, and you've let yourself down with a.
I could have got 3 from 3.
Got 3 from 3, yeah.
And that was completely in my control.
Mm-hmm. So 2's still pretty good though, mate. We'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Mine from last week. I'll consume more hot dogs than 50-metre penalties paid on Friday night.
Yep.
That got up. I had 3. There was only 1 paid.
Nice.
So 1 from 1. I said leg 2, less than 3 of the current streaks will remain. No, it is only 3. So Pies and Saints.
Yep.
And then the Cats.
Yeah, right.
So I did myself dirty with the less than.
less
I should have zeroed in on the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then leg 3, I said there will be at least 2 bags of 5+ goals this weekend, and there was 3 bags of 5. So
who kicked 5
up as well? Jamara.
Yes, after the siren course. Yeah.
Yep. Lukosius against the Cats.
Yep.
And Phil Thorpe. Against the Power.
There you go.
There you go. Off the top of my head.
Look at you, mate.
Yeah. There we go.
You.
So 2 for 3 as well, mate. Look at us go.
Look at us.
4 out of 6.
Bumping the average up.
Average, yeah. We'll have to work out what the average is at the end of the year.
Yeah, we've never actually done that.
No,
we always talk about 1 out of 3 being the stock standard, but we don't actually know. Haven't actually looked at the stats.
We'll look into that, but also don't hold that.
Yeah.
Don't hold us to that.
We'll get our stats man, Richard Tang, to look into the stats.
Yeah, lower our expectations. Yeah. Expectations of us.
All right, my legs for this week. Leg 1. Whoever is winning at 3/4 time in the Geelong versus Hawks game will lose the game.
Ooh. Okay.
I hope they're not up by 50 points. I'm banking on it being a close game. So, leg 2. I will see at least 2 people wearing AFL merchandise of some sort at the parade in Bendigo over the weekend, which is what I'm going for the Easter break.
Nice.
So, I don't know if it's T-shirt, cap, something.
I feel like 2 is quite low.
You reckon?
It's all right.
I can bump it up for you.
It's all right.
Right here, right now.
It's fine. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's totally fine. I promise. It's totally fine.
Leg 3. At least one of the top 10 moments of the AFL week will be something that's not happening on the field.
Ooh. How are you going to define that? The top 10. So is it like the
one that the AFL
the
YouTube
video they
accounts?
Do. Yeah.
They post a wrap of the week, top 10 moments.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week's was Jamara, like, standing against racism. That was number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so from that, what they post, at least one of those 10 moments will be something that's not on the field.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, mine this week. There will be less than 55,000 people at the MCG on Easter Monday.
Okay.
Battle at the bottom of the ladder, 17th versus 18th. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Leg 2. The teams with the shorter ruckman will win every Saturday game this round. Don't ask me how I came up with that one. And then leg 3, the first bounce on Thursday night will need to be recalled.
Yep.
Nothing more to say on them. We'll see. We'll see if we can get at least 2 again this week.
Yeah, bump the average up.
just before we go, the theme of today, I guess, has been expectation.
Yep.
In a way, it's been one of the themes today, right? It's like you're sitting in Year 12 English. Like the book has multiple themes, right?
Yes.
One of them is
Year 12 English is a long time ago, wasn't it?
12 Angry Men, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah.
Sorry. Go on.
What was the theme? Expectations.
Yes.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
This we've mentioned him a couple of times this episode. This project that he was working on that was to be finished by the end of last year. It is now April.
Correct.
Where is this ravenous album?
It's a great question.
Yeah,
it's a great question. One that Baz has been bringing up each time. Each time he sees me. It is. It's on the way.
It's on the way.
It is on the way.
Right.
Maybe Switch On today should have been about the album and how I can lower everyone's expectation on the album itself.
Nah, not happening, mate. Not happening. Not happening at all. It's you've been building up for too long. What you should have said was early days.
Early days.
Let's not get carried away. Too soon to tell.
Too soon.
And on that note, I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal it from you.
Oh my goodness, go on.
No, you can do it. I don't want to do that to you.
What?
Go on, please.
No, please. Do it.
What if I fuck it up?
It's okay.
All right. Keep kicking goals.